Yo, you're checking out Doug Sims
Sharp
Live.
and steady. Call him sharp.
You'll never find a hairline like mine. Hey, you know what? We're having fun here. Let's go ahead and talk about. Make sure you check out Doug Sims Live as we get into some hot topics, some great information, some newsworthy headlines, and of course some conversations with the crew. I'm talking Rachel Parker, Melly Mel, and Jane Jones right here on Doug Sims Live, Monday from 7 to 10 a.m. Make sure you get up, check us out. Doug Sims Live, Grander Radio.
It's community and culture.
So they knocked out your whole mouth and rebuilt it.
He got a new skull at this point. Like, what are you gonna do with all that?
It's freaking crazy. I'm just saying, let me pull him out. No, I'm just saying.
He was about to put his teeth on the table. Like, this is how I know.
Yeah.
And
You gotta love it. My name is DJ Curdy9 out the Midwest, and you're now tuned in with Doug Sims Live.
back in the building, this is your man, DJ Metro, hanging out with the crew.
Hey.
What's up?
That's just me.
What's up, everybody?
Where we at?
What's up? What's up? It was a little
It's
pause.
just me? Right.
It was a big pause. So, hey, DJ Metro, and to my immediate left.
It is your girl, Rach with the Y in the building. And I'm going to let the next female introduce herself. Normally to my right, we got...
Hey everyone, it's your girl Jane Jones, your local real estate agent. And to my, I don't know what direction we're going,
Just
but
alley-oop.
usually to my right is
What up, everybody? It's Melly Mel, aka Big Country, is in the building. What's up, family?
Big
Hey,
Country.
I had the best Christmas ever.
Really? That's
Did you?
Here.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because I did nothing.
You know what?
That is
Sometimes,
perfect.
yeah, the best is just to chillax, sit back and do nothing. But did you
Nothing.
eat? Did you?
I did.
At least
I
go get
did.
your plates.
I did. So
That's good.
watch football with my son, and that's about it.
Oh,
So
that's
we
a nice.
We
yeah,
just
that's a
hung
nice
out.
Christmas.
We didn't do a whole lot. That was it.
It's good. Low pressure. I like that.
Oh yeah.
I still got
Nice,
kids.
nice.
I got to entertain, and God forbid they're bored. They actually have to announce, "I'm bored." Like almost the same as I've broken an
Wow.
arm. I'm hungry. I'm bored. Mother, entertain.
But that's good though. At least they tell you instead of just go destroy something. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
I'm
mom, I
fine with them going
accidentally.
off to use their imaginations as long as nothing gets broken. Go draw. Go build something. Go put together that dresser that I bought.
Wait a minute.
Clean the floor.
They said we didn't want that. We're
Right.
not doing that.
Stare at the ceiling. Take a nap. It's not my job.
Mine was good
Oh.
too. Mine was good.
Female.
It was I got all teenagers now. Yes. So my son was excited. He had opened his PS5 little portable that we got him, and his whole face lit up. It's the first time I've ever seen him smile for 20 minutes straight.
Nice. Nice.
My daughter's got their makeup, refrigerator, and a few other things, man. So yeah, they're happy, you know. So,
Nice.
I know.
Nice.
I spent some money this year. Shoot.
That's that age where everything is a minimum of $100.
Right.
What?
Right.
God. I want to be a kid again.
It's expensive. It's expensive. Well, I just had my goddaughters and my son and his sister over, so we had a good time, and the kitties ran us dry and tired. But we ate, and we all needed a nap afterwards, so it was good.
So
You know, the
family nap.
The one thing that we didn't do this year is hit the movie theater.
I
Oh, you do that?
Wow.
Yeah, we generally do that, in the evening,
That's fun.
Yeah.
7:30 or so, just hang out. But
Yeah, that's good. That's
too
crazy.
much football was going on.
No, there was a
Football was
concert
crazy.
going on. There was a
Yeah, we'll have
concert
to get
going
into
on.
that.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah, we gonna get that. We gonna get there.
we're gonna leave it right there for the moment. So make sure you guys keep it locked right here, and we'll be back.
Beyonce once again has proved her superstar status with a halftime performance that kind of felt like it was the Super Bowl halftime to me.
I agree. That's what I felt like. The whole buzz behind it was from the get-go.
Yeah,
it was
she
nice.
had extra time and everything. So she came in riding on a white horse, singing 16 Carriages. And then she basically went through her whole Cowboy Carter album. And there was some nice addition to her performance. Blue Ivy was out there performing with her.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Shabuzi came out, and then Tanner Adele, Tierra Kennedy, Raina Roberts, and Brittany Spencer, which are Black female country singers, new up and coming. So it was nice to see her. And then there was Post Malone. Sorry, didn't mean to leave him out, but Post Malone as well. For me, I thought it was a great performance all around. It was very much a Beyonce performance.
What does that mean? A very much
Right.
a Beyonce performance.
Like all out. If you've ever, I've seen her in concert, so I kind of have an expectation of Beyonce. So all of the energy and time she put into that, all of the dancers, the band, the thought she put into her white horse, her outfit, her dancers, everything was thought through. And so I feel like it was a great performance for me. But not everybody agrees with me.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I already knew that
Sounds
was
like
coming.
it is, Doug.
I mean, it was okay. I guess I could get into it. I mean, I watched it all.
You tuned in for it?
Yeah, maybe it was just a little bit too slow for me. You know what I mean?
It did start off slow.
Per past, I want to say Super Bowl performances, but per past halftime show performances, they're more energetic, and hers was just really low. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you feel like
So
that's
maybe I
sticking with the
just couldn't get
country
into it.
genre and just keeping it really true to it? Because there's so many naysayers of, is it Beyonce music or is it her fitting into actual country?
I don't know. I didn't get into it though. I'm not putting it down, but I just couldn't really get into it. That's all.
So it didn't intrigue you at all.
I mean, I watched it, but it didn't do nothing for me.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I can say.
I think a lot of people were disappointed at the fact that she didn't do any of her other hits, because a lot of people don't know the songs from her country album, because a lot of people weren't really into country. So a lot of people felt like they didn't know the songs. They knew the viral Texas Hold'em song that was viral. They knew the dance. I like that because I did. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. And they did the line dance, so that was cool. But also the other part, 16 Carriages is a slow song, and for a halftime performance,
You want
Yeah.
the energy.
yeah, they want the energy, and they
Right.
want the
The
crazy
hype.
in love, and Beyonce going crazy on dancing and things like that. So I kind of understood that.
I agree. When you break it down like that, and then I heard some critics talking about Blue Ivy messing up the performance. So I'm like, bro, yeah. I mean, what? Yeah, that.
I mean,
that
she was on Beyonce's last tour, so I mean, she's used to the performing now.
I didn't see her
they just
mess up.
wanna-
Yeah, I didn't see it
Hone in
either.
on
But
her.
that's
I didn't see
one
it.
of the topics that I've, the gossip as we call it.
They just
Or
don't.
just
They
hate.
just don't like her. That's all that is.
Yeah.
They don't. They
But why,
they
but why are
haven't
you
liked
hating on a kid?
right, but they've hated on Blue Ivy since she was a baby, talking about her hair. Come on.
Yeah, you true. But it's mind-boggling to me, man. It's just crazy.
It is that they hate on Blue Ivy, but there was also a lot of haters for Beyonce, and it was a lot of people saying that she is not country. She will never be accepted into country music. This, that, and the other. We've heard that song and dance before, but she is going to be making her money because her Netflix halftime is actually a special. So it's a standalone special on Netflix.
Is it still there? I heard it was only going to be viewable for up to a small period of time after that, and then it's just gone?
Yes.
Wow. Well, I guess we'll have to see what else Netflix has got going on.
Oh yeah. That's coming up right after this. What up? We were just on the Beyonce performance, of course. Netflix is doing their thing, making big waves in the streaming world and the business platform that is standing on as a giant now. But to put it all in perspective, y'all, let me put it like this. So Beyonce, even though there were good and bad reviews, she damn near got 30 million viewers just for the performance. That's just crazy alone. But on top of that, during the beginning of the sports event starting, Kay Adams had like a technical hiccup with sound, right? So from there, people started making comments on social media like, man, is this going to be a repeat of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight? And surprisingly, everything came together. A few wires, a couple of tweaks. The mic was back rolling for Kay Adams. So from there, the Beyonce performance just sealed the deal for this multi-million dollar business movie. It might be in the B's because they are going to be hosting the WWE events on Netflix now.
That's what I heard.
Wow. You know what I mean?
So they just became pay-per-view.
What?
Basically.
On steroids. But it might be a little cheaper though. You know what I mean? Depending on, I haven't bought a pay-per-view in so long. You know what I mean? But for sports, but
right, be the exclusive provider of that. That's
huge. So I started doing a little bit more digging on the whole outcome and output on how they're keeping up with the streaming analytics and how they're troubleshooting all the IT issues that may or may not happen. So the double game effect that we all seen was the as we call it, the safe zone for their, all right, it's time to go and launch for our biggest project, which would be the WWE, and as well that new cake show. I've seen it twice, and I'm starting to like it.
Wait, what cake show?
It's called what is it? Is it a cake?
The one where like they can mold it to be
into anything. I'm talking about anything, and it looks real. And so, just between these two new Netflix productions, it's already showing that 2025 they're coming with 10 toes on your neck. So if you're not coming with nothing more than just a few movies or a few comedy specials, you might as well just hang it up. Not only the NFL has their full support. Clearly, now we have wrestling. Now we're going to have cooking shows, and from what I hear, Forge with Fire is also one of the top shows on Netflix, and that's pretty much blacksmithing. So Netflix is becoming this multitude of lane changing for different businesses and different outlooks. And so I can't wait to see what 2025 has in store for Netflix, because not only that, we also gotta give a round of applause for the FIFA women soccer teams that are now going to possibly be on Netflix as well.
So Netflix wasn't the point of getting streaming services so that you had the variety of channels and everything. It sounds like Netflix is becoming the new cable. Like we're just bringing back.
But it's becoming the new live stream.
Yeah.
But what makes it fantastic, and shout out to my brother Sportsman Jones, this is for you, bro, that they are literally going to dominate the sports industry as far as like visual and streams.
So what is that going to mean for the consumer? Because bottom line, we just wanted things to be cheaper.
And that's why we wanted Netflix, because we only wanted to get those certain movies.
Right. And I wanted to share my password with all my family members. But now I'm limited to 2 screens.
Well, we will see what's to come. Of course, people are also hoping that the subscription cost won't be too extreme. Hopefully it just be like the YouTube $72, but we'll see, you guys. I will keep you guys up to date on what's to come with this Netflix big time move for next year.
All right.
Coming back at you, it's your man DJ Metro. Looks like Bruno Mars and Ariana Grande break records for Spotify's monthly listeners. Looks like Bruno Mars and Ariana Grande currently have 140.5 million for Bruno Mars, 120.9 for Ariana Grande monthly listeners. This December, Bruno Mars and Ariana Grande officially broke new records for the artist with the highest monthly listeners on the online streaming app Spotify. According to Spotify, Bruno currently has a whopping 140.5 monthly listeners. Likewise, Ariana Grande reached a new peak, becoming the #1 female artist with the highest monthly listeners with a record of 120.9 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And these are individual subscribers, not me like listening to her same album on repeat, right?
Well, I'm sure that probably takes a toll, but yeah, individually.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Right.
That's a lot of people listening to one artist.
Right. And it surprises me for Bruno Mars because he doesn't have a new album out, right?
He does not.
No.
And
But he's got good hits.
Ariana, yeah, he's got plenty of hits. And Ariana Grande, I think maybe hers spiked maybe recently because she was in Wicked.
Yeah.
So, but overall, it's still a great accomplishment for both of them, and to have monthly yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy amount.
hopefully
Yeah,
they're getting properly compensated for that, because it is still going to the platform first.
You know what? let me say this real quick, then I'll get back to that. So it says a report said that she surpassed American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift, who previously held the record for the female artist with the highest monthly listener with a peak of 116 million. So yeah,
it's going to be a fight.
Okay, Ariana Grande.
Does she have
you,
her
girl.
a fan
Get
club? What is the name of her fan club?
wow, that's funny. I'm sure she has one. I couldn't tell you that, but you were talking about if the artists were properly compensated. You have to get so many freaking millions just to get $10 out of the streaming service.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like that.
And
Is
that's
it like
crazy.
40 cents a spin or something?
No,
I
that's
don't
less
know what
than
to
that.
properly call it.
It's way less than that.
It's way less than that.
So like Snoop
That's
Dogg
so old.
said, how do we make the money? You know what I
Right.
mean? You put all this money into your recording and so forth and so on, and maybe somebody is paying it for you. You got to pay them back. You know what I mean? So how does an artist get his money? He has to have billions of
enforcement.
streams
And
to make money, right? Which is crazy.
I feel like now it's not even really about the music. The music is like the first avenue to get the attention, but they're really getting the money from all the endorsements. That's why we see
Right.
Snoop doing every commercial,
Oh my God.
anything, any
Snoop
show.
doing it a lot.
All these, celebrities with the product line. They're just forcing everything else down our throats because that's how they're getting paid for anything, for real.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's not about the music anymore. I mean, the music is good and great, but the only way that the artists make their music, like you said, they have to have endorsements, they have to have merchandise, and they really have to tour.
Yep, they
Great,
have to tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because just
And
selling
not
an
just
album.
the United States, right? They got to go out of the country, like Chris Brown.
See,
Yeah,
Breezy is doing
selling
numbers
an
out of the
album,
country.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Happening. So hopefully somebody else can attack that number, that 140.5. But I
Bruno
doubt
Mars.
it.
You know what?
That's huge.
I'm surprised Chris Brown hasn't surpassed that, because he's been on tour for how long? And
that's
many
a good
people.
point,
That's a
because
good point.
he has had #1 hits for the last how long he's been in business? 20 years.
At least.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's had a
least.
number one hit
every year.
every year.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2 to 3 hits in 1 year.
You think they're hating on
But
his
number ones, he's had at least 20. Every year
I
he's had
believe
at least
that. I believe that these accolades that no offense to Ariana and my man's, but they got big time record companies pushing these individuals out there.
Oh,
You know,
that sounds like some Drake sentiments.
No,
Drake
it is.
Drake.
Us knowing us as in our profession and knowing what we know in our business realm. Come on, man. It's just certain accolades. Like, you haven't put out an album, you haven't been on any features, you haven't done an EP. Where is this coming from?
Doesn't he have a Vegas residency, Bruno Mars?
I don't know if that's still going on. He had it.
Okay, he
Yeah,
did
right.
have
I don't
one,
think
right,
it's still
though.
going on. But also,
Yeah.
it comes along with relationship to your label as well.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
if you have a great relationship with them, you know, they may spare you
push.
some
Yeah.
time
And then they'll
to
push.
put out another album, you know, but they will promote the mess out of you.
Like a
Well,
bug,
big
right?
congrats at least to Bruno Mars and Ariana Grande, who I did do some search real quick about her group. They're called Arianators. So
Aryan.
I don't know if I like that name.
Y'all are doing your job.
Did it, bro. Did it. This is
Yeah,
Arnold
I don't know about that
Schwarzenegger.
name.
I don't know about that name.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, we'll be right back after these messages.
All right, guys, we're back, and it's your girl Rach with the Y. And of course, I'm going to be diving into a little bit of celebrity news. Now, of course, we talked about Beyonce and some things that she's been doing to keep your eye. But what about what I've been seeing with Kim K? So she dropped a music video for a cover that she did of the Santa Baby song. And in the video that she released on her Instagram story, it's quite a spectacle. How many of you guys have seen it?
This
Not
is
I.
first
One of
for
us.
me. You give us the feedback. I want to know.
You go right.
Well-
I mean, I saw some comments about it, but I didn't actually see the video.
Good for you. Because honestly, me and several other people in this world are quite disturbed. So it was a very surreal and chaotic holiday spectacle. So it was released on December 23rd, and it was a video directed by Nadia Lee Cohen and Charlie Dennis, which they're known for hyper-real and provocative visual styles. They've worked with artists including Beyonce, Tyler the Creator, Katy Perry, so that kind of style of video, more of like a found footage. And in the video, Kim is wearing a blonde wig and literally crawling throughout a house party filled with really bizarre and vaguely Christmas themed scenes. But honestly, when I was just watching it, it just had this really eerie feeling. So there's some imagery of like models playing Twister in one room, a live donkey with the Virgin Mary,
Wait a
presumably
minute.
Jesus opening the fridge, businessmen petting reindeer. Like it's very weird. So the video climaxes when, no pun intended, when Kardashian stumbles upon Santa Claus, who is played by Macaulay Culkin of all people.
What?
And he's
Wait a
holding onto an
minute.
old VHS camera and then has like this really unsettling smirk on his face. So people are left in shambles. Like literally your faces. That's how I felt watching the video.
That sounds very, very disturbing. And I think I just for research purposes, need to see this now.
Here we go. And then we're generating views. It was just, honestly, the whole time I was watching, I was like, okay, this is really weird, but it's just very unsettling of a feeling. And I was like, do I need to pray after watching this? Is this like tying into the whole, the Illuminati
exorcist.
rumors with them?
Right, you need
And-
to
So the Little
Exorcist.
Nas X type of video when he was
Yes,
like
like-
the devil. Okay.
It feels like that to me. And after getting done reading it, I was reading some of the comments. So I'm not the only one left with that impression. Part of the video was actually produced by her brother-in-law, Travis Barker, the musician married to her sister, Courtney. And with him being, like grunge and a band member, you'd think it'd be a little bit more upbeat, but it's just like kind of crazy.
So was she actually singing in it, or she was just doing the video?
Both. Yeah, she had actually sang the cover for the song. I was assuming more like a Marilyn Monroe kind of ode to her, because she's, obsessed with so much of that, but it fell on deaf ears for me.
Wow.
I think everybody these days are trying to shock. You know what I mean? They're trying to shock the viewers, if you will, by doing something so outrageous that is disturbing.
It's shocking, all right.
And she's gonna get the views. She's, the content's there, and everybody's gonna talk about it. Everywhere's gonna post it and repost it, so it's just gonna get viewed and consumed over and over again.
Pretty much. I just don't understand what kind of message are we supposed to take away from that spectacle, unless it was just, like you said, another attention grabbing thing that they're doing and then playing into some of the rumors. But who knows?
maybe it's a reflection on like how the country is right now, because it's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is the thought
trying
of
to come up with some type of understanding.
Maybe an artistic view of the commercialization and chaos of modern day Christmas and holidays in the year, but I don't feel like that's the right messenger to give that.
But Macaulay Culkin,
Home Alone, traditional thing. We even watched Home Alone. It's the stripping of the innocence, which you see more and more. And I feel like so much of the Kardashians represent, just with the overexposure, over sexualization of everybody and everything. I just think that it's right up their alley. So we'll have to see what you guys think about that.
We'll see.
I don't know. We are back, man, with the crew, with the family, getting these crazy gems out to you guys today, man. But I got another one for you, and it's probably gonna make a lot of you mad, because this is you guys' boy. You know what I mean? The angry tangerine, whatever you want to name him. But Trump is again making waves, ripples, should I say, throughout the country on bills he will not pay. And the bills that he is avoiding this time, might I add, are the bills of his campaign touring during his recent campaign touring and his previous campaign touring. So let me get the recent out of the way first. Let me get what people know right now. So remember, I know you guys remember when he came to Grand Rapids, right?
Yeah, he came here a bajillion times.
Oh man. So those bajillion times, he picked the most luxurious venues that he can have, right? The Van Andel, downtown Grand Rapids, beautiful place. Very busy. So during this time, he asked the city to make sure that him and his team will be secure when they come and do their campaign thing. So the city did their job, came out. It was safe. It was nice. Nobody got hurt. You had the standard yelling and of the protestings and whatnot. But as far as violent hitting the news really big, it was pretty decent.
There were no.
But doing that, it was during that, between blocking, I want to say, the streets of Grand Rapids and the security detail that they put on for him, this brother racked up over $50,000 just for that particular event, for those couple of hours.
For the security.
Rally.
For one freaking rally.
Okay.
So, and people are like, well, it's only $50,000 and it's not a big deal. But it starts to add up when these rallies that you're going to are not being paid by your team. So everyone knows that Donald Trump has accumulated almost $500 million just from people giving him money. Mm-hmm. And you're telling me
for his campaign, right?
For his campaign, right. So you're telling me that you're unwilling to use that money that is supposed to be for the campaign. And then I started doing a little bit more digging. Of course, you know me, I like the treasure trove. Mm-hmm. So I went back and found out that he is still owing over, I want to say, $980,000 between the states of, I want to say, Texas, Florida, and another state. I can't remember off the top of my head. So, and those are the states that are willing to, speak out and say that, hey, you owe us money, brother. Like, you, I have to feed my people. I have to pay for these bills that you accumulated. So right now, people are just stating that you might as well call it what it is, a spade. That money is not going to come to you.
What?
Grand Rapids has already wrote off part of Trump's debt already because of the campaign.
That's crazy. How can you just write it off? And then who's accumulating the debt? Who's going to pay for the debt? That's not fair.
Well,
are you going to put that back onto the people? Like,
exactly.
Grand Rapids taxes are already out of control. Come on.
It's either going to be on the city, or the city has discretionary funds that they have.
Well, whoever voted for Trump can take on the debt. How about that?
But
no,
generally,
how about
to
the people who voted for him? Go ahead and pay that debt, because that's your boy.
That bill.
What's crazy is when Miss Harris, I keep messing up her first name. When Miss Harris did her ordeal, it was great. They had they went to a park. They had the same security detail as Trump campaign did, but came out way less as far as the ticket goes. I'm talking about $2,800.
Oh.
Versus
so we're going to write off
50,000
and just let it ride onto the people, which is funny because isn't he recently speaking out about supporting abolishing the debt ceiling in general? So why not? If you guys are setting the precedent for the president to do that, it's already in his nature.
Exactly. And so
we already know that America has no boundaries. They let people slide and let people do what they want to do, as long as they supporting the mighty dollar and the billionaires and the millionaires
and bringing it in. Except for now, what about the recent publication about the college forgiveness debts?
Yeah.
Away, or not even wiped away for the people, but the initiatives to do that.
Yeah.
Two of them have been canceled from Biden.
Yeah, so they've been canceled because we can't get them passed. They keep trying and they keep not passing it. So it's
a never-ending circle, y'all.
It's a never-ending
circle.
Get wiped away and not another. But
yeah, so it's just going to continue. But the only difference is that the VP, she did her thing and she did her research. She understood that, we have a certain amount of money. We want to make sure we, get the biggest bang for our buck. And with Trump, he's like, he has to be in the most luxurious ordeal. So, but I keep you guys, tuned in until what's to come with this conversation here.
Well, it is the holiday season, and Grand Rapids' own Floyd Money Mayweather took holiday gifting to a whole new level by presenting his three-year-old grandson, Kentrell Deshaun Golden Jr., with an entire building in New York City's prestigious Diamond District. So in a video capturing the moment, Mayweather proudly told the toddler, "You are the first kid that owns a building in the Diamond District." Kentrell is the son of Ayanna Mayweather and rapper Youngboy NBA, who is in jail. Who is in jail?
He's
but
old.
The toddler, right? The toddler was a little confused by what his grandfather was telling him. What we don't know the exact value of the building. That hasn't been disclosed, but the location alone is going to tell you that it's a very extravagant investment. So yeah, what do you guys think about this big gesture for his grandson?
I'm not even gonna lie. I am not mad.
I'm not mad either.
I'm not mad at all.
On the legacy.
I mean, that's something that I actually agree on him spending money on.
Right. That generational wealth.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's him just securing the generational wealth for his family. So we know that earlier this year, he had bought another building, another piece in New York.
Oh, yeah, in New York.
New York and New Jersey. Yep. So he is just making a very big statement in the real estate world. So big ups to that grand gesture from Money Mayweather.
Okay.
And we'll keep seeing what else he's going to buy in real estate next year.
Florida has a history of craziness coming out of it.
All the time.
You know, it's
Florida. If it ain't Florida, it's Ohio. We here.
You know, so I want to talk about this story where a pregnant woman stabbed 14 times by a pizza delivery driver.
I just seen this, but I didn't read the whole article. Tell me more.
Over a $2 tip. Right?
Yes.
So a pregnant woman ordered a pizza in Florida was stabbed 14 times by a delivery driver who police say was disgruntled over a $2 tip. The county sheriff deputies responded to Riviera Motel in Kissimmee, Florida, over reports of a home invasion and stabbing on December 22nd, according to the arrest affidavit obtained by ABC News. Which is pretty crazy. Now she's pregnant now, right?
Wow.
And you said living out of a motel, which is sign number one that, you know, funds are low.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, and she's pregnant and just crazy just because the lady gave her a $2 tip. Now here's the kicker. The kicker is the driver left and came back with reinforcements.
What?
Yes, she left and she came back with reinforcements. So let's see. It says that
Wow, that is nuts.
the lady handed her a $50 bill and requested change. However, to which she was told the store policy is not to provide change, per the affidavit. After getting smaller bills fulfilled, the order, the client ended up giving the driver a $2 tip. After the incident, the lady's name, I can't pronounce it, Azaria, let me just say it like that, Azaria, told deputies the driver rolled her eyes and walked away without saying anything. And so the official said Avella, who is the perpetrator, allegedly later returned to the victim's motel room with an unknown male suspect who was armed with a firearm and forced their way into the room. Yes.
A lot of
That's stupid.
That's so much.
For a $2 tip, right?
And you're a pizza delivery driver.
Right. Which is pretty, that's pretty brutal to attack someone.
And she's
Pregnant.
And she's pregnant.
So did the child get injured or anything?
The woman is in stable condition.
Thank God.
So she got to the hospital and she's in stable condition right now.
That's crazy.
But can you imagine just being attacked because you got a low tip or no tip? You know what I mean?
You know, a lot of things are happening where customers are irate and vice versa. Like the employees are being attacked as well. So,
yeah, you know, I'm not sure where this is from, but you know, since you have the phones, you can see everything because people are recording worldwide with the phones. They capturing everything, whether it's good or bad. But some lady I think it was Chipotle, she went back there and made her own.
She went.
Yes.
And they were doing too much.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what happened. It happened in Brentwood, Maryland. And an old lady, she had an incorrect Uber Eats order. So she went back to Chipotle, but remember, it's an Uber Eats order. And they said that we can't refund you because you have to get the refund through Uber Eats.
Right.
She didn't like that answer. So that's when she hopped over the counter and started making her own food. The employee, his name is, Roberto Hernandez. He described feeling traumatized by that because he tried to stop her, and then she basically threw the whole plate and just threw stuff at him and was like pushing him off as she just over there is like big scoops. Big
Contaminating
scoops.
everything. Just
right. Disgusting. But yeah, he said he felt traumatized. You know what she said?
what?
She expressed partial remorse, claiming her actions were right to a certain extent.
Yeah, so a lot of customers, they're not putting up with, discrepancies or back talking or whatever the case is. Now, sometimes if you go to a McDonald's, those employees will get with you.
Oh my gosh. Right.
Or Waffle House.
Yeah, don't go to no Waffle House. You go catch those hands.
So, you kind of can put yourself in danger, if you will, just by attacking employees. You know what I mean? For the most part, I don't think employees attack the customers. I think it's vice versa, but an employee does have the right, in my eyes, to protect themselves.
They do.
So
Of course.
yeah, so that's it coming from Florida, but I know we have some good news coming from Florida, so we just gonna go ahead and pass it on over to Rach with the Y, so we get into some positive news.
Okay, so I want to come in with some positive Florida news. I want to share a truly inspiring story that I found, at least, coming out of Florida. So students across the state are dedicating their Saturdays to learning Black history that's been omitted from their school curricula. Have you guys heard about that?
I did see that. I seen that.
I was proud to read it, but just to know that people are actually taking that part of history and the things that are being done against it seriously was very inspiring. So this grassroots initiative, which began actually in 2016 when Saleha Williams launched her own organization to teach Black history in community settings, is making waves, and you're going to hear more publications about it now. And it's highlighting the importance of a comprehensive education. So for 30 years, Florida has mandated that public schools teach African American history, but as we know in the coming days that cultural sensitivity has been taken away further and further. So just recently in February 2024, in Delray Beach, Florida, Charlene Farrington and her team at the Spady Cultural Heritage Museum have been leading Saturday morning classes for teenagers. And the sessions cover a broad range of topics, including South Florida's Caribbean roots, which is very little heard of, the state's dark history, including lynchings and the lingering impacts of segregation. The classes are more than just educational fillers. They're empowering the students with the knowledge and pride of their heritage. So I was very happy to hear that somebody is taking a stance on everything that seems to be just completely being taken away from Black history.
I'm glad that there's an initiative and that there are people willing to give their time to teach Black history. I'm just glad that there's people in place for that. So
Yeah, I think it's great because between the governor and the soon-to-be president, there'll be no curriculum anywhere in Florida,
Right.
when it comes to Black history, or as they call it, woke. You know what I mean?
Board. Over that.
They're gonna ban every book that they can, and another place. I think we talked about this a couple months back. I think it was one of the colleges out there took all the books that had to do with Black history and ethnic books and put them in a dumpster. Took every book out of the library.
Texas, it wouldn't surprise me. Either one of those.
Yeah, I think this one was Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, it just took all the books out the library, which was pretty crazy to me.
yeah,
Well,
people setting fire to stuff.
exactly. Just like taking away any sort of knowledge. And what are you really trying to cover up with this? But I was glad this initiative not only at least fills in those educational gaps, but strengthens community bonds and fosters a deep understanding and appreciation of Black history for kids that are stripped of it and always juggling it every day. I mean, speaking firsthand, growing up in PWI schools and areas in general, there's so much that you're going through just as a person, and then you're battling race on top of that, and you don't even know it sometimes.
Yep.
Shout out to some good Florida news. Hopefully we can bring you some more next time.
Yep. So I have a question before our food for thought. And what would y'all do with $1 million? I know it's not a lot to a lot of people anymore, but it can be, right?
Who's
So,
is Uncle Sam listening?
so rapper and YouTuber DDG, also known as Halle,
Baby daddy.
Yep, her baby daddy. Hallie's baby daddy stirred up some family drama by offering his sister TT a whopping $1 million to break up with her boyfriend Aries Williams.
What?
So there's a viral clip going around, and DDG presented the cast, suggesting TT could live independently without Aries. However, TT flatly refused, questioning why she would even consider it. So the tension escalated and accused her boyfriend Aries of being a male dancer following a heated exchange during a live stream where Aries told DDG to stay out of their relationship. So the fans are kind of divided, with some questioning DDG's motives and others applauding TT's loyalty. What would you guys do if your sibling offered you $1 million to break up with your significant other?
Wow.
Are we married?
That's only Jane.
I mean, seriously, like, this is a real thing. He offered her $1 million.
But we're not married, right? We're not married.
That's in this scenario, they are just boyfriend, girlfriend.
I guess it depends on how long I've been with the person and how involved I am with them. You know, if I'm really into them, or if I'm just like there.
Right.
You know,
Her loyalty said, no, I'm not. I'm refusing your $1 million.
And they'll break up in the next 6 months.
Right. I know. It's sturdiness.
Yeah.
What got going on?
What about you, Rachel? Well, what you doing?
At this point,
She out of there.
I ain't
She outta
right
there.
with nobody hard like that, so I can't empathize at all. So therefore, I'm cashing out.
Cash me out.
Cash me
Merry
out.
Whatever
Right.
status we're at 11:59 on December 31st. Just let me know.
Be
But my
like,
pocket's gonna be fat in 2025 because. I mean, if I'm already just on the fence with somebody and nothing really seems to be concrete, then cash me
out.
out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of torn because, like, what are his motives, like, or what does he know that I don't know about my boyfriend?
Yeah, and
Or
what
does
is
he
it
know?
about being an exotic dancer? So, like, DDG is accusing him of being
A
an
male
exotic-
dancer,
and whose problem is that? Hers, if she has one.
right? So is he too
He
involved
could
in
be.
her relationship?
Well, he could be protecting her,
Right,
you know.
because he's the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel
And
like
he
he's
has the
overstepping
means.
his boundaries, and it's giving clout chasing for that.
Or is he
Who
just
needs to
trying to
know?
protect his sister?
I would
Maybe
go
he
with
knows
that
things.
one. Yep, I would go with
For $1
that.
million though, why would
Hey.
you have a talk and be like, I don't think he's this and this. Like, you're just flashing out $1 million, and how did this become public knowledge? That's where I'm talking about.
Yeah, and why is there a video going? Right,
exactly?
Everything is live with the youngsters.
And it's DDG. Right.
Everything.
this Gen Z got to see everything.
Gotta
It's got to
see
be on YouTube. It's got to be on IG. It's got to be everywhere. So I honestly probably would not take it. You know, my relationship, you know, the only relationship, because, you know, there's nothing before Donovan, there's nothing after Donovan. So no, I wouldn't.
Oh, that's good.
I wouldn't. My brother just had to mind his business. Anyway, that was my question. So
Okay.
for $1 million, it sounds like Rachel is the only rich one.
I'll take you
I
out
would say that.
on a breakup date.
Oh wait, no, Doug said he might, depending on the status
it
of
just
Definitely a
depends
big
on the
depending,
status.
but just given current life circumstance, I'm $1 million richer.
All right, take me out to eat. Oh, so we have our food for thought. We're gonna get into what is coming up, your new year, and what you have in store for yourself. So I had door number 1 and door number 2, and Rachel and Doug chose door number 1. So behind door number 1 is this question. Is it more important to set goals that challenge you to step out of your comfort zone, or to focus on goals that align with your current strengths and habits?
Oh. Doug, you want to go first on that?
So
yeah, I'm thinking to go with the challenge, because if I'm already in my strengths, then I already know what I can do. So I think if I take another step up or out the box, then it's going to stretch me even further. So then by the time the end of the year comes around, or whatever goal, I'm that much more equipped to go to the next level. It's the way I look at it.
He's stepping. Big stepping, Rach. What you doing?
I feel like I have similar logic on that, because what's the point of setting a new goal if I'm already practicing within my range of comfortability? And I always like to personally challenge myself to be better and evolve. So I want to go with something new. But when Doug was answering that, it makes me think, is that kind of part of the failure of a lot of people's New Year's resolutions, because they're just trying to do something to change so hard instead of maybe improving where they're at and have a more attainable goal? But is it just about achieving goals, or is it really about self-improvement?
So that's definitely a great question. So when people are looking at setting their goals, what are they doing it for? So when I think about our New Year's resolutions and all of the vision boards that we do, we're looking at it and we're trying to manifest where we want to be, right?
Right.
So if we're not at that level now, what do we have to change within our habits and our goals to get to what we're manifesting?
Right. Yeah.
So it's to me, it's a combination of like setting small goals, changing those habits that aren't working for you anymore, and getting out of that comfort zone. Because if I continue to be like, okay, I'm good at this, but how can I be better?
But I think
though you're
just
go ahead.
realizing that you got to maintain where you're at while balancing the new.
That too. So you're just adding on to what you already do, but you still have to like polish your craft, or just like get better at what it is.
Yeah, and sometimes you may have to let something go. You know what I mean? So if you have 15 tasks in front of you for the year, the one that's not that important, you may have to set that to the side to give you an extra hour or something, you know what I mean, to move up.
Okay.
So if you're looking at time, you may have to do something, or you may have to cut back on something. So I'll give you a prime example. When I first started this process, so I read a book called Richest Man in Babylon, right? So he broke down the 100% of your finances, right? So it was like 60% of your money goes to this, 20% goes here, 10 here, and 10 here. So when I started applying the 20% of versus the 10% of my income going towards my savings, that first $1,000 came just like that. But it wasn't so far out of my range to miss that 20%. You know what I mean? To put it somewhere else where it could grow. So, but I had to give up maybe buying something, 2 hamburgers throughout the week. You know what I mean?
Small sacrifice.
Two meals out the week or something like that. I had to give it up in order to make it grow, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a good way of thinking about your goals, because if it's not aligned with where you want to be, then it's something that you just don't need to participate in. And it sounds kind of along the thinking of the SMART acronym for goal reaching, where you're very specific, so it's clearly defined. You don't leave room for ambiguity, so you know exactly what you're aiming to accomplish. Measurable, so you have the metrics in place and make it clear, if you're getting closer or further away from your task. attainable, realistic goals, kind of like the beginning of just, are you throwing stuff out in the wall just to change, just to have change, or do you want an actual attainable goal? It's got to be relevant. Obviously, that's self-explanatory. And then time bound. I think people forget always about that part about when do you at least want to realistically achieve something so that you can make sure that you're on task. Because if you're just doing things without a set time frame and goal and there's no direction, you're not moving towards your goal. So
yeah, I think about that a lot in regards to like my real estate business. And when people talk about the marketing portion of real estate and people are like, oh, just post content.
For
like,
what?
with what? For what? With what intention? So if you're posting to your business page, your real estate business page, or to any of your business pages, what's the intention behind what you're doing? And that's relatable to anything that we do, right? So if I want to sell more houses, am I going to am I going to host more open houses, or am I going to go to more networking events? Like you gotta find what's going to work for your business and get rid of what doesn't. So there's so many things that come with setting goals for the year, and I hate that it's become this big fad of like, oh, new year, new me, and this, that, and the other, and we all set these unrealistic goals for ourselves, and we never measure anything, and we never put a time frame on it, so we don't know how to apply the SMART, that SMART acronym to what our goals are.
Yeah. So good luck to everybody in their New Year's resolutions, but keep them realistic and actually put time into discover the scope of what you want to do for some success.
Absolutely.
Well, Jane, I'm going to have to say that was a very mild food for thought. I appreciate you coming in slow for us to end out the year. Thank you very much.
I've been kind of coming in mild and not spicy, but I mean, I got to bring the spice in 2025. So y'all stay tuned for food for thought coming in.
Well, fair enough. I think we got enough spice when we were talking a little bit about the Orange Man, and we got tempers heated with some dents that we want cleared as well.
Yeah, I had to put my blood pressure cuff on real quick for y'all. Make sure I didn't go too high.
A little up and down with the Florida news. Happy to find something positive in Florida, but I'm sure it will get spicy in the new year, especially with the incoming administration.
Yeah, we're just, I'm looking forward to New Year's and all of the New Year's celebrations. So do you have plans, Rachel?
No, but I want plans.
I do too. I was like, oh yeah, let's get dressed up. There are a lot of things going on in Grand Rapids, so you guys have to check out those events that they have going on. So.
Any of our out-of-state friends want to invite us somewhere, wink, wink.
So how's that Winter Wonderland deal going on in Grand Rapids? Is that still going on?
The Winter Wonderland?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been down there.
Yes. Downtown?
I took the kids ice skating. We went the day before Christmas, and we went ice skating. It was very fun, actually. And then there's still light fall displayed. Yes, I did fall, but only because I was trying to save my son. He was slipping.
Okay.
So, like, me trying to save him threw me off balance. Otherwise, I didn't fall at all. We all did.
Allegedly.
No, it was truthful. And I fell with pride because it's worse when you sit there and try to go, back and forth. It's just ugly. Just go down. We all know it's inevitable. Just take it.
I mean, we don't have any snow, so that's great. It's like going to be like 50 degrees.
Yeah.
I believe on New Year's.
Oh, I'll take that. So we can.
Or in the high 40s, I think, or something like that. So I don't know how much of a winter wonderland it's gonna look like, Doug, downtown, but there's lights.
Yeah, I was just wondering because I know they have a lot of displays, artistic displays down there this time of year. So I was just wondering, had you been to any?
Not yet. A little bit something. We drove by.
Waved at the Blue Bridge.
There we go. Well, I guess we will be coming back in the new year when we see each other and talk with everybody. So Wishing everybody a happy and safe New Year's Eve and all the festivities. But we about to sign out. Always, though. Stay hungry for more chicken wings and fried rice.
Combo number 24 with an egg roll.
What's that?
An egg roll.